Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of Misty Morning and Focus combination. You know I love the bergamot. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking photo, talking video, talking tech. Today is going to be a very short one. I picked up a new piece of hardware and I want to tell you about it, having to do with my audio. Now the audio is generally pretty good when it comes to the channel, but what I've noticed is the setup that I currently have needed a little bit of extra power behind it. And I was doing some research on it and I found out why. Some people don't even get it, but I figure I'd show you or I'd tell you so that you would be able to either purchase one of these devices also, if it would help you, or maybe not. And it really depends on your situation. So what I did is I picked up one of these Tritons. It comes in this little stick looking thing. It's called a FetHead. Let me see. Can we get that in there so it doesn't focus on me? Maybe. It's probably too bright. I don't know. Something like that. Anyways, it's by Triton. Once again, it's called a FetHead. It is a preamp. And what it does is it provides perfectly clean gain to your microphone. And some people have been looking into these and they're like, should we get one? Should I not? Well, if you have a Shure SM7B, for example, which is a dynamic mic, or if you have something like this is an Electro AudioVoice RE20. These are dynamic mics. They need a lot of power. All right. Matter of fact, this mic, I looked it up. It needs about 70 dB. That's a lot. That is a lot of amplification. Now, I'm using a compressor with this, and it is a DBX 286S. What it is a compressor. It has phantom power. It has gating, all kinds of different things. So it works out really well. But what I've noticed is I have to take that DBX and turn the output volume all the way up to max to be able to get the signal strong enough. Well, how has this helped? Matter of fact, let me see if I can get you to see this. Let me pull that up. There it is, right here. Right here. It's actually inline, so it plugs into the microphone just before your XLR cable. And what happens is it is run on phantom power. So instead of the DBX not sending phantom power out to this microphone because the microphone doesn't need it, we are now sending phantom power out of the DBX to power that inline little device, right? That FetHead, which is a preamp. Once again, 27 dB worth of clear amplification. So it works out pretty nice. So I did a bunch of tests and I listened to the audio and there really wasn't that much of a difference between using it or not using it. But where I found there to be a difference is in the dead space, where there was nothing being said. When I would use the preamps in the DBX, even though it's a $300 compressor, it's expensive, you're still getting a little bit of a hiss. So in between sentences, or if I was to stop speaking, you would hear some of that hiss. Now you can gate it out, but it's still there. When I introduced this Triton FetHead into the mix, I no longer needed to have the gain turned all the way up on the DBX. I was actually able to turn the line in gain to 0. That was really nice. That was really nice. So you can tell that there is a difference. Once again, in the quality of the speaking voice, there is a little bit of a nuanced difference that I cannot let you hear because you're not going to be able to hear the difference. You have to put on a pair of really good headphones to be able to listen to it, or a set of professional monitors so that you can hear the difference. But over YouTube, you're not going to discern the difference between having the FetHead in the mix or not. So for me, am I going to keep it? Yes, I'm going to. Why? Because it allows me to not push that DBX so far, all the way to the edge, literally at 100%, and introducing that noise and lowering the quality of the audio just a little bit. To me, I look at it like this. If you're going to spend $500 on a microphone and $300 on a compressor, you want to get the best that you can get out of it. And by putting in this little FetHead, which costs under $100, I think it was like $80 or something. I don't know. I'll put a link down below so you can go and take a look at it. But very cheap. And to introduce that into the mix without having to do anything, literally that's all I had to do was plug it in, push the 48 volt phantom power, and that was it. And of course, dial back the gain, both the output gain as well as the inline gain, because we are now once again adding in 27 dB of clean preamp. So do you really need it? Well, kind of, sort of. If you are using a dynamic mic, you need it. All right, you need to have some clean amplification. Like I said, this mic requires 70 dB, guys. Whereas if you're using a condenser mic, to go and put something like this into the mix is probably not necessary. And I would not recommend it. There's other things that you can do. Now, there's one other thing that I want to say, that if you're having any type of problem with your audio and you're using an XLR microphone and you're getting a little bit of a hiss or something just doesn't sound right, the first thing that I would do before anything else is purchase a brand new XLR cable. I switched out 3 XLR cables just now, just to test things out. And each cable produced different amounts of noise. So what that means is, chances are some of those cables were cheaper cables, some of them were more expensive. The one that I'm using right now is really good. There's very little noise coming out of it. And an XLR cable that's 10 foot long is pretty damn cheap. The easiest way to figure out if you're having a problem with the line itself is cover up your microphone in like a pillow or a bunch of sheets or something, turn it on, and then just let it sit so you can hear the actual line noise that's coming through it without any sounds going into the mic itself. This will allow you to just to hear the actual line, the sound of the line, and then switch it out for different XLRs, and you will be surprised, as I was. So once again, if you're interested in this FetHead, very cool thing. I'm telling you, for, I think it was like 80 bucks or something. This is definitely worth it. If you have a dynamic mic, pick one up. You'll be happy with it for sure. Your gear will also be happy because it won't have to run as hard. And you're going to get a little bit less hiss, and you're going to get a little bit more clarity to the voice. Just a little bit, by giving that clean gain to it. So pick one of these up. If you don't have a dynamic mic and you have a condenser mic, in my personal opinion, don't bother. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this even a little bit. If you have, please throw it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell icon over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. Before I go, I know some of you guys are already tuned out. You're like, yeah, he's gone. Click. But if you're still here, have you ever heard people saying, you're just so lucky? Have you heard that? I was doing a reading to test out this mic, and I found a little short poem. I'm going to share it with you since you made it to the end of this video, all right? Listen to this. Listen to this. And I think any of you guys that have been called lucky in the past, that work your ass off, will appreciate it. It goes a little something like this. He worked by day and toiled by night. He gave up play and some delight. Dry books he read, new things to learn, and forged ahead, success to earn. He plodded on with faith and pluck, and when he won, men called it luck. Isn't that the case, guys? Isn't that the case? Maybe it's not luck. Maybe it's just hard work. Anyways, guys, many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.